Welcome back, everybody. We're diving deep today into the future of Volkswagen.
Ooh, Volkswagen. Interesting.
Yeah, we've been looking into this, and to be honest, the outlook from VW's leadership
Hmm.
seems a bit grim. They're
Yeah.
talking about cutting jobs, closing factories, and banking everything
Right.
on these high-end electric vehicles.
Premium EVs, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But things get really interesting
Okay.
when we bring in uh, AI business consultant Elias Kalurs into the picture.
Okay.
He's basically taken it upon himself to kind of reimagine Volkswagen.
All right.
And his ideas, I think, could completely transform the company. What do you think?
Well, what's so fascinating is that Volkswagen isn't just a car company, right?
Right.
We're talking about a global giant. I mean, they operate in at least 8 different industries.
Wow.
Everything from finance to turbo machinery.
Right,
They
right.
have a whole family of brands under their umbrella.
Yeah.
So reinventing Volkswagen is no small feat.
So that's where Elias's blue ocean strategies come in.
Okay.
Instead of battling it out in crowded markets, which he calls red oceans,
Interesting.
he's looking at creating entirely new market spaces.
I like it already.
These blue oceans where Volkswagen can really stand out.
Mm-hmm.
And get this, Elias spent just one day
What?
researching, brainstorming, and coming up with all these innovative concepts for the company.
That's impressive. One day.
Just one day.
Okay.
It's pretty remarkable.
It is remarkable, especially when you consider the limited solutions that are being proposed by VW's current leadership.
Yeah,
I mean, job cuts, factory closures, they're all painful.
of course.
And just focusing on premium EVs ignores, a huge swath of the market.
Yeah.
Elias's approach is, I think, far more comprehensive and, dare I say, optimistic.
I think so too. Absolutely. So to understand where Elias is going with all of this, I think we need to kind of grasp where Volkswagen stands today.
Okay.
Their SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Paints a picture of a company with tremendous strengths, but also
Right.
some significant vulnerabilities.
Interesting.
Like, what do we see?
Well, I mean, they're the world's largest automaker by sales volume.
Really?
Yes, so huge, diverse portfolio of brands,
Mhm.
strong financial footing,
Wow.
but heavy reliance on the EU and China
Ah, okay.
makes them susceptible to economic shifts, political pressures.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Plus, they're still dealing with the fallout from the 2015 emissions scandal.
Yeah, that's a shadow that they're still trying to
Escape.
escape. Yeah. So how does Elias propose to navigate this very complex landscape?
Yeah.
I know you mentioned that he divides his strategies into these short-term,
Correct.
mid-term, long-term, and even some breakthrough initiatives.
Exactly.
So let's start with the near-term solutions.
Okay, yeah.
So things that Volkswagen could implement within the next 1 to 3 years.
So these are practical, potentially very profitable ideas.
Okay.
Could provide some, much needed stability and momentum for the company.
So what does Elias suggest Volkswagen tackle first? Give us the low-hanging fruit, so to speak.
Well, one of his key proposals, and I think it's a good one, is an integrated mobility operating system.
Okay.
Okay, so imagine this. An app on your phone, a one-stop shop for all your transportation needs.
Oh, interesting.
So your VW, trains, buses, ride-sharing services, you name it, all seamlessly integrated.
Wow, that sounds really convenient.
Right.
No more switching between a dozen different apps just to get across town.
It's brilliant, right?
Sure.
And it taps into Volkswagen's strengths. I mean, their vast customer base,
Yeah.
their manufacturing capabilities, while also addressing the growing demand for streamlined mobility solutions.
Right, great.
And the beauty of it is it creates a powerful network effect.
Okay.
The more people use it,
Yeah.
the more valuable the platform becomes.
It's a win-win for both Volkswagen and the user, for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, it makes you wonder why they haven't already jumped on this.
Well, inertia is a powerful force, even for industry giants.
That's true. That's true.
But Elias doesn't stop there. He also proposes a shift toward a circular vehicle economy.
Okay.
And this moves Volkswagen beyond just selling cars to actually managing their entire life cycle.
I see.
Think about it. Robust battery recycling networks,
Right.
remanufacturing used vehicles to new condition, even integrating vehicles into the power grid.
Hold on. You're saying my car could help power the electric grid?
Yes. It's a fascinating concept called vehicle-to-grid technology.
Wow.
Imagine your electric VW acting as a mobile energy storage unit,
Right.
feeding power back into the grid during peak demand.
Interesting.
So not only does this create a new revenue stream for Volkswagen,
hmm
but it makes the entire energy system more resilient, more sustainable.
So Volkswagen becomes less dependent on selling new cars
Exactly.
and instead starts profiting from these circular systems they create.
Precisely.
Wow.
And it positions them as leaders in the sustainability movement, which can be a powerful brand differentiator in today's market.
Absolutely.
Plus, it reduces their vulnerability to supply chain disruptions, which is a major concern for any global manufacturer.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so I'm starting to see how these near-term solutions,
Mhm.
these are not only addressing these immediate challenges that Volkswagen's facing,
Right.
but they're also laying the groundwork for some pretty exciting long-term possibilities.
You're catching on.
Yeah, yeah. And I think it gets even more interesting when we look at Elias's midterm initiatives.
For sure.
But we should probably give our listener a chance to digest all of this before we dive into those.
Probably a good idea.
Okay,
Yeah.
so stick around for part 2, where we'll explore how Volkswagen could move beyond just making vehicles
Okay.
to actually creating entirely new living spaces. Trust me,
Right.
you won't want to miss it.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, me too.
Welcome back. So, we're about to journey a few years into the future,
Okay.
into the realm of Elias's midterm initiatives, and trust me, things get
Okay.
pretty mind-blowing.
I'm strapped in and ready for liftoff.
Good, good.
We left off talking about, those practical near-term solutions.
Yes.
What does Elias envision for Volkswagen 3 to 7 years down the road?
Well, this is where his vision really goes beyond just incremental improvements
Okay.
to like truly reshaping the landscape.
Right.
He proposes that Volkswagen evolve from a car manufacturer into a provider of, wait for it, living spaces?
Wait, living spaces, as in like houses, apartments. How does a car company even begin to approach that?
Well, it's not as wild as it sounds. Picture this. The Autonomous Living Spaces platform.
Okay.
Essentially, Volkswagen would develop modular, self-driving vehicles
Mhm.
that can be configured as mobile homes, offices, entertainment hubs, you name it.
So like a futuristic RV on steroids and it drives itself.
Think even bigger. These autonomous living spaces would seamlessly integrate with smart city infrastructure. Imagine working from your mobile office while it effortlessly navigates traffic. Or enjoying a family movie night in your autonomous entertainment pod as it whisks you through stunning landscapes.
That sounds straight out of a sci-fi movie.
It does, doesn't it?
But it's also incredibly practical when you consider things like rising housing costs
Exactly.
and the growing trend of remote work.
You got it. It taps into those mega trends while offering incredible flexibility and freedom. Imagine subscribing to a living space that caters to your specific needs, much like we subscribe to streaming services today. You could even swap out modules as your needs change.
This is blowing my mind. Let's be realistic for a moment, though.
Okay.
What about, like, practical considerations? Energy consumption would be massive, wouldn't it?
Of course.
And wouldn't regulations just be a nightmare?
Well, Elias has anticipated those concerns. His second midterm initiative addresses these challenges head-on: the climate-positive manufacturing ecosystem.
All right, break that down for me.
Yeah.
How can manufacturing be climate positive?
Okay, well, think about production facilities powered entirely by renewable energy, with on-site energy storage and closed-loop material flows, truly minimizing waste and environmental impact.
So they wouldn't just build these futuristic vehicles, they'd build an entire sustainable ecosystem to support them.
Precisely. It's about future-proofing the company against, ever stricter environmental regulations, strengthening their brand image, and frankly, doing the right thing for the planet.
This is all incredibly impressive. Elias managed to address some of the biggest concerns surrounding these concepts in a single initiative. It really highlights, I think, his foresight and strategic thinking.
Yeah, it's a testament to his ability to connect the dots and craft a truly comprehensive vision.
Yeah.
But hang on tight, because we're about to jump even further into the future
Oh, boy.
with Elias's long-term initiatives.
Okay.
The ones that truly revolutionize the way we interact with vehicles and the world around us.
Oh, man, you're killing me with the suspense here.
Mhm.
Lay it on me. What kind of game changers are we talking about?
Well, we're venturing 7 years or more into the future, and things get a little wild. Okay.
Prepare yourself for the neural mobility interface.
Neural mobility. Are we talking about connecting our brains to our cars?
You got it. Elias envisions a future where you control your Volkswagen with your thoughts. Think navigating with your mind, vehicles responding to your emotions,
Oh.
even biometric monitoring integrated into the driving experience.
Hold up. That sounds both incredible and terrifying. And
Right,
wouldn't that be insanely complex and expensive to develop?
of course.
And what about safety?
Well, of course, safety would be paramount. But we're talking about a future where self-driving technology is incredibly advanced. This neural interface would be an additional layer, enhancing the driving experience and allowing for a level of personalization never seen before.
Okay, that makes me feel a bit better. But what if I'm not ready to hand over the reins, so to speak,
Yeah,
to my brainwaves?
right.
Does Elias have any long-term plans for us more grounded Cokes?
He does indeed.
Okay.
And this one might be even more mind-blowing. The Urban Air Mobility Network.
Imagine Volkswagen developing infrastructure for EV tolls, electric vertical takeoff, and landing vehicles, essentially flying taxis.
Wait, so Volkswagen's going to make flying cars. Is this for real?
That's the general idea, and it makes a lot of sense. They already have a wealth of expertise in designing and manufacturing vehicles.
Mm-hmm.
Why not leverage that to become a leader in this rapidly growing market?
I guess you have a point. But wouldn't the regulatory hurdles be enormous?
Sure.
And wouldn't development costs be astronomical?
There are always challenges when you're pioneering new frontiers. But this is a long-term vision, remember. By starting early, Volkswagen could position themselves at the forefront of this emerging industry, potentially capturing a huge share of the market.
This is all incredibly exciting, but I think we need to give our listener a breather and save the rest of Elias's long-term initiatives for part 3,
Okay.
including the truly mind-bending breakthrough ideas.
A wise decision. Join us for the final leg of our journey,
Yes.
where we'll explore how Volkswagen can become a dominant force in renewable energy. And delve into some concepts that, blur the lines between reality and science fiction.
Okay, we're back. Grand finale of our deep dive into Elias Coulours's vision for Volkswagen.
Yeah.
I think we've already explored some pretty groundbreaking ideas,
Definitely.
but I have a feeling he's saved the most audacious for last.
I think you might be right about that.
What do you think?
Well, we've seen how Elias aims to revolutionize, personal mobility.
Right.
But his long-term plan also includes a radical transformation of Volkswagen's role in the energy sector.
Okay, color me intrigued. We've touched on electric vehicles, vehicle-to-grid technology. What else does Elias have in store for this holistic energy management system he's proposing?
Well, imagine Volkswagen evolving from a car manufacturer into a major player in renewable energy.
Okay.
Like, we're talking about managing grid-scale energy storage,
Wow.
optimizing smart grids,
Mhm.
and even creating entirely new revenue streams from energy services.
So you're saying my VW could not only get me from point A to B,
Right.
but also help power my home, maybe even my entire neighborhood.
Exactly. It's about seamlessly integrating electric vehicles into the energy ecosystem,
Right.
making them active participants in a decentralized, sustainable grid. Volkswagen could even leverage its vast network of dealerships to become a key player in, charging infrastructure and energy distribution.
This is really painting a picture of Volkswagen as like a future-forward, sustainable powerhouse.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
let's be honest. I mean, some of these ideas, especially those long-term initiatives,
Mm-hmm.
seem almost like science fiction.
Yeah.
Right? Are we really talking about like realistic possibilities here?
Well, I think that's the beauty of Elias's approach. He's not just, throwing out wild ideas for the
Right.
sake of it.
Yeah.
He's meticulously charting a path that leverages Volkswagen's existing strengths
Okay.
while propelling them into these uncharted territories. Remember, what seems impossible today
Mm-hmm.
can become commonplace tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, who would have thought 20 years ago that we'd all be carrying around smartphones more powerful than the computers that sent us to the moon?
I know, right?
Crazy.
And just when you thought it couldn't get any more futuristic, Elias dives into what he calls breakthrough initiatives. These are concepts that stretch the very boundaries of what we consider possible.
Okay, hit me with it. What kind of mind-bending ideas are we talking about here?
All right, how about this? Space mobility solutions. Elias envisions Volkswagen designing and manufacturing vehicles for lunar and Martian exploration, space tourism, even orbital transport systems.
Whoa, hold on. From the Autobahn to the cosmos. That's a pretty giant leap, even for Volkswagen.
It is, but it's a testament to the power of blue ocean thinking. right?
Right.
Why limit yourself to earthly constraints when there's a whole universe out there waiting to be explored?
I guess you have a point. Still, this is getting into some pretty out there territory.
It is, and he doesn't stop there. Elias also proposes a consciousness transfer platform. Now, this one might really stretch your imagination.
Consciousness transfer. Like uploading our minds into computers. Are we entering the matrix here?
Not quite, but it's a fascinating concept. Imagine a future where you could experience virtual mobility, exploring distant worlds or even just fantastical realms, all without leaving your chair. Your consciousness, your very essence, could be transferred into Volkswagen's mobility solutions, blurring the lines between physical and digital realities.
Okay, I'm trying to wrap my head around this.
Yeah.
But even if this were, technologically possible,
Yeah.
why would Volkswagen even venture into such uncharted and potentially controversial territory?
Well, it's about pushing the very limits of personalization,
Okay.
creating experiences that transcend physical limitations. Imagine a world where you could experience anything, go anywhere, limited only by the power of your imagination. And Volkswagen could be the company that makes that possible.
I'll admit, it's a mind-boggling concept, but I have to hand it to Elias for thinking so far outside the box.
He does, and his final breakthrough initiative is perhaps the most ambitious of all, a quantum mobility network.
Okay.
Imagine Volkswagen harnessing the power of quantum computing
Right.
to create like a real-time predictive transportation system.
So Volkswagen becomes like the ultimate traffic conductor using quantum computers to eliminate traffic jams and accidents.
Essentially, yes. It's about achieving unprecedented levels of efficiency, safety, and sustainability
Wow.
in a truly interconnected global transportation network.
I think my brain has officially reached maximum capacity for mind-blowing ideas.
I hear you.
But seriously, this deep dive has been incredible.
It has.
We've gone from, practical near-term solutions all the way to like mind-bending futuristic concepts that seem ripped from the pages of science fiction.
Yeah, and the most impressive thing is, I think, how Elias has woven all of these ideas into a cohesive narrative.
Yeah.
A roadmap for Volkswagen's future that's as ambitious as it is inspiring. He's not just presenting a collection of ideas.
Right.
He's offering a vision, a story for how Volkswagen can not only survive,
Yeah.
but thrive in the face of, unprecedented change.
It's a powerful reminder that the future is not something that simply happens to us.
Right.
It's something we create.
Absolutely.
And thinkers like Elias Kalours, they help us imagine and build that future. What stands out to you, listener? Which of these strategies sparked your imagination? What other blue oceans do you see on the horizon for Volkswagen?
Remember, even in a world of rapid change and uncertainty, there's always room for bold ideas and visionary thinking.
Absolutely.
And who knows, maybe one day we'll all be cruising around in our quantum-powered, mind-controlled Volkswagen spaceships, exploring the furthest reaches of the galaxy.
That's quite a thought.
Until then, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.
Couldn't have said it better myself.